Hi friends, my name is Krishna. Welcome back to my YouTube channel. I'm sorry for the last week I was unable to upload any of the videos due to some personal work. Starting this week, I'm going to upload CA foundation related topics. So I already uploaded some videos previously, a few years back, about accounting fundamentals. I'll give you the description. I'll give you the link in the description. You guys can go through that accounting fundamentals. That will be the starting video where I explained about goods, debtors, creditors, what do you mean by transaction, all what do you mean by accounting. Everything has been explained in the accounting fundamentals. So starting today, I'm going to start with journal entries. Journal chapter, basically chapter 1 journal. So that is the chapter we are going to start. We continue to do with some of the problems as well, and then ledger, then bank reconciliation, bills of exchange. We go continuously with all the chapters whatever are there in CA Foundation. Chapter by chapter we are going to cover. I may not be in a position to cover all the problems, but I'll try to cover as difficult problems as possible going forward, to make sure that you are thorough with the subject. Okay, so let us start with journal chapter. Okay, right. Journal. Before we get into journal chapter, you need to understand about account. What do you mean by account? Account is a classified statement which is in the form of English letter T. This T form will have two sides, left hand side and right hand side. Left hand side is called as debit side, right hand side is called credit side, and this account will provide you the end result of that respective transactions, those respective transactions. What do you mean by end result? For example, if I am purchasing goods for the last 1 month, if I wanted to know by end of the month how many goods I purchased during the month, if I go through the purchases account, because this T form will be meant for purchases, then I go to the T form where I could see purchases, and when I go there I will keep notifying the transactions already being debited in purchase account. If I total them, I will get to know the end result of my purchases. What do you mean by end result of purchases? How many purchases I made during the month, or during the quarter, or during the year. So this account will give you the final result of purchase related transactions. This account will give you the final result of sales related transactions. This account will give you the final result of how much amount I paid as salaries. This account will give you the final result of how much commission I paid. This account will give you the final result of repairs and maintenance I paid during the year or during the month. So you take any transaction, if you start preparing the account, that account will give you the final result of that particular transactions in that particular month, a quarter or a year or so, right? So account is a classified statement which is in the form of English letter T. It has two sides. Left hand side is called debit side and right hand side is called as credit side, and whatever transactions we incur against this particular account will be recorded in that. Right. I hope you're clear. Now, how many types of accounts are there? Let us understand how many types of accounts are there. Accounts are classified into two categories. Accounts are classified into two categories: personal accounts, impersonal accounts. Accounts are classified into personal accounts and impersonal accounts. Personal accounts are again classified into three categories. Personal accounts are again classified into three categories. What are they? Natural persons, artificial persons, representative persons. Representative persons. Impersonal accounts are classified into two categories: real accounts, nominal accounts. Right? What do you mean by natural persons? Persons who has life. Persons who has life are called natural persons. Krishna account, Radha account, Ramesh account, right? Who are these people? Krishna has a life, Radha has a life, Ramesh has a life, right? So these people are natural persons where they have the life. So Krishna, Radha, Ramesh, all are the examples of natural persons. Clear? Who are those artificial people, artificial persons? Artificial persons are those persons created by natural persons. Artificial persons are those persons created by natural persons. State Bank of India, artificial person, tax as a person. Who created State Bank of India? Created by a natural person. Bank of Baroda, Presidency College, Accenture, IBM. What are these? These are all artificial persons created by natural persons. So SBI, BO, Bank of Baroda, Presidency College, IBM, Accenture, Genpact, all these are artificial persons created by the natural persons, and those are going to act as persons only. Those persons are going to act as persons only. Who are those representative persons? Representative persons are those persons created by natural and artificial people. And they act, these representative persons acts on behalf of natural and artificial people. Representative persons are going to act on behalf of natural and artificial persons. For example, capital. Capital is a personal account. It acts as representative person because we credit capital account. Anyway, I'll explain while explaining the journal entry. But for time being, let us understand capital is a personal account. Why? Capital will be credited on behalf of a natural person. Drawings is a personal account. Drawings acts as a personal because it replaces a natural person. Salary is outstanding. Salary is outstanding is a representative person. Why? Salary is outstanding will be credited on behalf of a natural person, employees. I'll explain all these journal entries, why salary is outstanding is an artificial person while explaining the journal entries. For time being, let us understand outstanding salaries is a personal account, that too a representative person. Commission receivable is a representative person. Why? Commission receivable acts on behalf of a natural person. Right? So many examples. Capital is a representative person. Drawings is a representative person. Outstanding salaries, representative person. Outstanding commission, representative person. Right? These are all representative persons. So, personal accounts, natural persons, artificial persons, and representative persons. I explained with examples who are those natural persons, who are those artificial persons, and who are those representative persons. Clear? Right. Real accounts. Real accounts are basically assets. Assets comes under real account. Similarly, nominal accounts. What comes under nominal account? All expenses and losses, incomes and gains. Incomes and gains. These are the things comes under nominal accounts. Anyway, we are going to explain in detail, about these accounts while explaining the journal entries. Clear? Right. Then we will talk about the golden rules, and once we talk about the golden rules, then we can get into the journal template, and then we will start working on journal entries. Right? Right. Golden rules. What do you mean by golden rules? You have personal account, you have a real account, you have nominal account, right? What is the accounting rule for personal account? Debit the receiver, credit the giver. It's very simple to understand. If you could go through my previous video, the definition of transaction, this principle is very easy to understand. You know why? Receiving aspect is known as debit aspect. Giving aspect is known as credit aspect. Receiving aspect in English is named as debit aspect in Latin. Giving aspect in English is known as credit aspect in Latin. So if you see personal account, debit the receiver, receiving aspect. Similar way, credit the giver. Giving aspect is known as a credit aspect. So credit the giver. Simple. Personal account is over. Real account. Debit what comes in. Credit what goes out. Debit what comes in. Comes in is what? Receiving. So receiving aspect is known as what? Debit aspect. Right? So debit what comes in, what I receive. Receiving aspect is debit. Credit what goes out. Giving aspect. I am giving. Giving aspect is known as what in Latin? Credit. So real account. Very easy to remember. Debit what comes in, because I am receiving, I am debiting. Credit what goes out. Since I am giving aspect is credit aspect. Very simple. Similar way, nominal accounts. Debit all expenses and losses. Expenses and losses to be debited. Why expenses and losses to be debited? For example, I pay salaries. Salary is an expenditure. Why I pay salaries? Because I am receiving services. Right? Since I am receiving the services, I pay salaries to the people, right? So here services are being received. When I receive the services, I have to pay, right? So what type of services I am receiving? They are the employees. They are providing services to me, and I pay salaries for them, right? Those services are termed as a salary expenditure. Simple. So expenses are basically incurred when we receive the services. When we receive the services, we incur the expenses. Right? We are receiving services for which we are paying. Hence, expenditure is a debit. Similar way, income. Why income is credit? I am providing services because of which I am receiving the income. Why am I receiving this amount from the people? Because I am providing services. Since I am providing services, giving aspect. These services are the ones which I am providing. Hence, whatever services I provide will be considered as giving aspect. Hence, income is, all incomes and gains are giving aspects, hence it is called as credit aspect. This is how you need to start thinking to remember them. Expenses and losses are to be debited, incomes and gains are to be credited. These are the golden rules you need to keep in mind. And then we will get into journal entry template, and I will give you some examples how to easily write the journal entries. That's very important. I will explain in detail how to, whatever be the difficult transaction, you should understand how to prepare the journal entry. Right? Clear? Thank you. And if you like the content, please like my video, subscribe to my channel, and share this video with your friends and colleagues. It will be definitely useful for those people who are attending for CA Foundation, +1, +2, or intermediate in classes. So thank you so much.